Hello. Mm, Today I want to talk about a very simple but a telling sign of someone who is under the influence of mind control, someone who is possessed, someone who has evil spirits in them, someone who is not. A normal, decent, full human being. Very simple thing to pick on if you pay attention. It's not even that difficult to pay attention. Interference. So, what do I mean by that? They do not respect anybody's space, anybody's boundaries, anybody's dignity, anybody's role, authority, nothing. They are total indignified creatures roaming around with someone to prey on, someone to leech on to, prey and just break something down in anybody's life so they can suck something out of that destruction, that chaos, the drama, interference. And they do this on any level and every level possible. As with your head, projecting dark magic, negativity, chaos, lots of noise. A lot of these gang stacking operations involve a lot of noise because they want to mess with your thinking. They don't want you thinking straight, thinking clear, clarity. If it is not a direct crown attack, crown chakra attack, like I mentioned in the other video, or if it is not a direct black magic on fogging your brain, a narcissist or some other person coming and trying to throw spell work at you or curse you or try to create a fog in your head, either physically coming or through black magic or through spiritual or astral, any other means. If all else fails or if all else is not working or for any other reason, they want that disturbance in the physical level also. And constantly they create this manipulation of sounds around you. Noise. They interfere. Before they interfere with anything, they want to interfere with your inner peace, your inner stability, in the mind, in the body, just the peace. Without chaos and drama and conflict and disturbance around you, you would have peace. I mean, by default, if you are able to cultivate and keep it, it's not that difficult. They don't want that, obviously. You see that's what I said. There is disrespect on all levels. You have to just pay attention. It's not even that difficult. Are you having a good day? Is someone desperately trying to create drama when you're actually having a good day or a good time? That they can see or feel or sense that there is peace? Now, how do they see or feel or sense? They don't have emotional capacity. They stalk you. Because they are stalking you. They are keeping an eye on you non-stop. They stalk you in the astral, in the spiritual. They have hooked you certain nano femto chips in your body some way, shape or form. Okay? By at some point of time in your life or maybe even at birth. Track you. To track you even at the thought level. You will see all of this coming out into the public very soon. You will be shocked, not so surprised because some already know, some are suspecting. But when it's revealed, you will see the depth and extent of it. They track everything including your thoughts. That's the level of intrusion I'm talking about. Interference, invasion. They're all about invading, interfering. They just cannot let anybody just be. Anybody. If you are doing something, they have to get in the way. You are saying something, they have to get in the way. They have to give their fucked up opinion as if their opinion even matters. If you are saying something, they have to be a part of it. If you are important, then they have to just hang on to you on the side just to get some kind of attention just by being around you. Clout chasers, fakery, frauds, empty, useless. And all they want is control over others. Mind, body, spiritually, soul. So they keep track of everything in your bodily functions. Have you slept nicely? Have you had a cranky, disturbed sleep? Have you had dreams? They interject your dreams. You know why? Because it's a way divine communicates with people who are connected to him. Well, that's where your intuition and every other things and all the higher information comes from. Because everything in this world is an illusion, a big, elaborated, well-dressed up lie. And you have to be asleep to live in it. You cannot be awake. If you are awake, then that is how they try to sabotage your clarity. Because they have to get in the way. They have to get in the way. They cannot just let things be. They are mentally deranged. Because they are possessed with culprit mentality, that evil, ugly spirits and demons and all these pathetic spirits that they have associated themselves with by practicing all sorts of dark magic, witchcraft, voodoo, spells, curses, what is all this? Interference with energy on a cosmic level, energy of others. That's a lot of interference I'm talking about. They interfere from that level to down to your mind, body, your emotion, your reaction. Are you peaceful today? Are you not peaceful today? What are you talking about? Every single, bathrooms. Even down to that level, they will keep eye on you. It's just sick pervertedness to the extreme level. There is no excuse for any of this behavior, and like I mentioned, there is nothing human about it. There is nothing human about it. It's all these creatures that people have entertained because they are of that level of behavior. If you have sick perverted mentality, if you cannot let anybody just be, anything just be, but you have to come and interfere and manipulate and trick, and you have to control others. But you don't have control over your own self, your own mind, your own body, your own behavior. Somebody is controlling you and giving you instruction, and you come and do it to others. You are literally a slave. That's what they want everybody to be. And if there is someone strong enough, independent enough, and who has been freed themselves from all these kind of mental fuckery, they will still try to create all sorts of noise, chaos, drama, conflict. Lots and lots of disturbance around or in and around your environment, your body. And they have to interfere. They have to. You see the disrespect level there? It doesn't matter where, how long, or which area of your life. Like I said, down to your sleep. They track everything. And if you are in a really positive space, they cannot have it. They cannot have it. They have to destroy it. They have to come do something, create conflict, drama, chaos, noise, or use some kind of a weaponry, directed energy weapons to mess with your crown chakra, mess with your head, so that when you are down and under and foggy or upset or anything other than clarity is okay for them, because they just cannot handle truth. They cannot have the truth of any kind. They don't want it, they don't like it, they hate it, and they want to be buried somewhere down under, and they don't want anybody to see it, hear it, look at it. Talk about it. Do something about it. But you know what? Exact opposite is going to happen. The interference is what you need to be looking for. They come and interfere with your mind. There are so many times you would notice there are thoughts that are not yours. If you know yourself well, you will be able to differentiate it. This is not how I think. This is not how I roll. This is not my personality. Where is this coming from? And especially you have to notice all of this is negative, low level. Thoughts of lust, anger, sadness and depression, low, helpless, powerless, somewhere sitting in the corner, wallowing in pity, self-pity, weak, I can't do this, I am that, using negative adjectives on yourself and others in the world. And if that is coming on a very constant level and you have no reason to feel that way, think that way, you have to really stop and think, are they even my thoughts? That interference. It has to be negative, it has to be angry, it has to be sad, it has to be imbalanced and violent. Because that is what they want everybody to pick on. Not the good, not the peace, not the truth, not the balance, not the decency, not the respect, not this calm, harmonious, peaceful world that you want to live in. No. Because the creatures that they associated with come from a very, 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 very low, dark dimension. They have no reason or right to actually exist in this dimension. The only reason they even came thousands of, maybe even millions of years ago, is because ugly people here decided, I would rather call on some ugly creature. I would say, I will offer you a offering or a sacrifice and I will do something for you. You give me power and I will use it for destruction. And they started it. They recruited more people, and then they continued recruiting more and more people, and then they started making it a lifestyle. And they turned the whole society into a hole and the planet into a hellhole. It's not even supposed to be like this. Nowhere near this. And they have no right to exist here. No, it's all intrusion. Just like the interference at the thought level. They interfere with your body using all these noise campaigns and energy weapons and lots of drama and chaos around you, just to create some kind of an artificial disease in you. And it won't just happen. They will use this kind of stuff, and then parallelly they back it up with lots and lots of ritual and dark magic and spell work and curse and take your things and do some do something else. Oh, they go to hell lot of lengths to create disease, death, destruction, chaos and imbalance in this world. They go to any lengths and every lengths in every sphere. Spiritual, physical, emotional, psychological, in the ground, in the water, in the air. I mean, they leave no stone unturned. They want people to be so dumb and asleep that the mind control works. The chips work. They give an instruction, they will do what the instruction says, and they don't even know what they did right now. What they tell the people is something entirely different. That's a whole another thing. What they actually do, and all this manipulation, interference, they just cannot let things be, because it is all about consuming power, because they don't have power. You have power. That is why you become the power supply. You have to realize that. You are not anybody's supply. They don't have shit without you compromising or giving your power away or getting carried away by what they are doing around you. Because they will keep on doing. And they want you to think it is normal. Because it's such a prevalent thing going on all around the world in all kinds of neighborhood, except for certain neighborhood where they don't want this kind of life, where everything is all hunky-dory. All other neighborhood this goes on. This is an organized crime on another level. This is an everyday job literally all over the world. Keep them asleep, keep them asleep, keep them asleep. Let us control, let us tell them what to think, what to feel, what to do, how to compromise, how that there is no life without morally compromising, because for any of them to do anything on you in the magical realm, you have to be a compromised person. To interfere with your life, You have to give in to temptations, have an unbalanced, bad habits that are out of control, negative thinking. You don't have moral compass that is strong. I mean strong. You have to have this basic dignity to yourself, because you cannot expect respect or dignity from these creatures, and they are swarming through this entire planet right now. There's not many humans around here. So everything you get is indignified interference and perversion. When somebody is interfering with something that's not their business, it's automatically perversion. It's automatically perversion, because you can expect this person will have a lot of skeletons in the closet. No doubt about it. An ugly, very, very filthy, large skeletons in their closet. The kind of perversions they have, secrets they keep. The fear that comes with hiding all those secrets, perversions, the darkness in them. That's been kept under the wraps until someone came along and started speaking the truth and showing the truth. They have to interfere with your life, with your relationships, with what you do with your life, with your career, your work. You have an idea, you want to do something, they want to keep on interfering and say, oh, you do this, you do that. Like, who asked you for your opinion? And what makes you an expert over my life? And then you look at their own life, they have zero fucking control. They're just floating around because they are the perfect mind control weapons. They don't have to use physical weapons. They figured out hundreds of years ago, we can weaponize humans against humans. It's even more fun. They're robots, they're clones, they're just zombies. They don't have anything in them. All they do is become tools, weapons, for those who are sitting there and pushing the buttons for them to create the same kind of interference and violence and all these control tactics on others. They have absolutely no respect or control in their own life. So they are busy doing it, the indignifying acts towards others. All the time, every day, all the time. If you are minding your own business, they cannot let you be. They have to know your business. They have to have all sorts of devices, hearing devices and cameras all over up in your ass. They have to know everything. They have to see everything. They have to hear everything. They have to manage and control everything. They have to come and interfere at the perfect time. They have to interfere with your sleep. They have to intercept and interject your dreams and steal whatever God is trying to communicate with you. They have to take anything and everything. Because they have nothing and they are nothing. And they just cannot survive without control or without this chaos, drama and interference and interjecting for 1 second. Unless they are all physically tied up and with all these chains and somewhere thrown away and said, hey, there is no other way you can do this ever again. I'm not even sure if even that will work, because they are so occupied and consumed by that perversion. They just cannot control it, because they are not them. They are just a tool that some other forces are using. They are just a vehicle. They have given up everything so much that they have just become a vehicle, a zombie, an empty vehicle for some other creature to come and do filthy stuff on others. And they are okay with it, because you see, they are not fighting the demon. They are okay, the demon is okay, they are all in cahoots. They are in agreement, because they are all the same. So notice this. If someone cannot just mind their own freaking business, rest assured, they are not fully human. They have interference from the spirits themselves, ugly spirits. Not higher level spirits like angels, God and that. Because nobody of that level will do this kind of cheap shit. Period. Nobody with that dignity will interfere with others, no matter what the situation is. Unless they are called to do something higher in a particular instant, they don't interfere and they mind their own business. They know better and they do better. There is no indignification in their life. Look at their lives. They don't indignify others or disrespect or violate others' boundaries or get in the way of people's relationships and lives and decisions and minds and bodies and their personal spaces and feel the need to occupy them and consume them and control them and manage them like some kind of a machine or a tool. They may have succeeded in the past or on some real dumb people, because these are now the same creatures who look like humans. They are not even human. They look like humans, and these creatures have succeeded in taking control over. That doesn't mean it's gonna be like that for every person, because not every person is as perverted or interested in perversion as you are. You chose the perversion. Now go to hell somewhere far away, where there is all perversion or no dignity, so that nobody with dignity has to suffer with your indignities. Like, get out of here already. They can't. Interfere. Break the boundaries, disrespect. They have to have a say. They have to insert themselves where they are not invited or welcome. They don't have any right to be. They will still shamelessly show up and think that it is okay. Think that they are entitled to show up or do whatever. And then they expect you to treat them well or whatever. They come with indignity, but they expect dignity. How the F is it gonna be? How the hell is it gonna happen? You get what you deserve. You get what you have done. You don't get anything higher. Unless you are there. No. But you give them, you don't even have to give them any chance. You just let these creatures free, and they're all busy trying to interfere with everybody's lives. Everything about everybody's life. Most private to the most public, it doesn't matter. They have to keep on inserting themselves energetically, physically, socially. Every way, shape and form. Because without sucking on other people's in some way, shape or form, without doing that, they can't survive. But that's not my problem. That's not the problem of people who actually have enough common sense and are minding their own business. That's your problem. You don't get to come and bulldoze and walk all over other people because you have problem with your own life and your own mind and your own boundaries, and you have sold your soul. That's not my problem. But they keep on coming in. The basic thing is lack of disrespect for your boundaries, your health, okay, whatever healthy things you have set in your life, mind your own business, the space, they just cannot. They'll keep on pushing it, keep on coming it. You say no, they just don't even hear it. One reason is they are dumb. There is nothing in there. Their mind is already infested and they have eaten away. The creatures who ever come, the first thing they ate is the brain only. And then their mission is to turn other people into these empty shells with no brain, no heart, no soul, no spirit, except the vehicles for this darkness to consume them, so that the earth can turn into a hellhole. No, not thank you. You can keep your filth to yourself. But this interference will not go on forever, because they just don't have the right to be anywhere near. This is the disrespect they show, as if they can exist like that, they can behave like that, and oh, it is okay. The delusion tells them it is okay. And they will realize the hardest way that it is not okay. How it is not okay and why it is not okay. But you have to pay attention. And don't give in to these nice campaigns and nuisance and drama, chaos, and trying to take away your peace and calm. So anybody trying to interfere and interject themselves into your lives and they are not welcome, you don't want them, you did not invite them, you did not like them, they already proved to be a parasite in your life, and you just don't even want to do anything with them. Red flag, a huge one. You just walk away. You just walk away. You see them. You see them very clearly. You see their tactics. You see what they're expecting. But it's not your problem. It's not your business. Another thing that comes, that interference means the basic ingrained disrespect for other people, other life, space, things, life, opinions. They want to matter where they are irrelevant, where they are insignificant, where they don't even have right to exist. So give them exactly what they deserve. Show them how insignificant they are. Don't let anybody interfere with your peace, space, life in any way, shape or form. In fact, cut them off ruthlessly. People still in the phases of journey, learning, cut them off ruthlessly. Learn to live on your own inner strength first. Because vast majority of people around you are parasites. They are not humans. They look human because they made very perfectly good looking clones that can imitate humans. They are not humans. So vast majority of them around you are the creatures. So it's in the best interest of you to cut them off ruthlessly. And even if they try to interfere, you know how to defend your boundaries, know how to notice the tactics and just ignore and walk away. Just protect yourself, protect your peace, protect your boundaries, protect anything and everything that has to do with you. Not just the peace, your money. There are people with children, there are people who are married and are in relationships with other people, and they come in the way of relationships. They love to be that interference in private spaces between two people in relationships or in marriage, between mother and children, between father and children, between families. There is nothing they won't interfere with. So you see, be very watchful of people who disrespect your peace, your space, your life, and people and other things in your life, and keep on interfering, trying to be relevant where they are nothing. Cut them off ruthlessly and don't even entertain them. These are the ways you should be keeping note of, because they just cannot control themselves. They have to suck on you dry. So they have to breach your boundaries. They have to disrespect you. Pick on that very, very soon, so that the damage is not going to be as big. And cut them off ruthlessly. Don't tolerate misbehavior. Don't tolerate misbehavior of any kind. Speak up if you need to. Sometimes it's good to just walk away. Sometimes it's good to stand there and call them out and tell them to get out. That they are not welcome. Whatever way works, protect yourself and you come first. And no disrespect or interference of any kind should be tolerated. This is for sure. Be very firm, be very clear, and don't expect bullies to respect you. But expect yourself to hold on to who you are and do anything in your power to ward them off. Don't care. Because they are irrelevant. That is why they have to try so desperately. They are irrelevant. Make them realize they are irrelevant. That you don't care. That they are not welcome. That it is not okay. And you don't have to tell more times, because they're stupid. They don't have a brain. All they want is a prey. So sometimes it will take a few more times to use your mouth and verbally tell them. But after a while, you'll realize they don't want to change. So you find other ways to avoid them and ruthlessly cut them off from your life in every way, shape and form. And through that you put up your boundaries and protect your peace and mind your own business and show them they're irrelevant. 99% of the times, they don't have the capacity to hear, listen, see and process the information. They've lost it. They've already lost it. That's why even verbally saying is useless after a while. But do it anyway. Don't even use words after a certain point of time if they keep repeating. Keep doing your own thing, keep minding your own business, keep putting up your own boundaries and show them they're irrelevant and they're not welcome and it's not okay. In your own way. You don't even have to use words. Have that respect, because If it's not a fully deranged person, they already know what they are doing. You call them out a couple of times, they know, okay, I think this person is smart enough and I should not mess with them. I will find a weaker prey, or I'll go somewhere and fuck myself. It's the stupidest ones that will keep on doing it, and they don't have the capacity to even, after multiple warnings. Ignore them, because the dumbest people will just, their own dumbness will take them where they deserve to be. So leave them be, protect yourself, show them they are irrelevant at any cost, because they are. And don't let anybody interfere with your inner freedom, your personal freedom, choices, decisions, thinking, body, dressing, job, words that come out of your life, lifestyle, choice, what I like, what I don't like, eating. They want to control everything. So have that ownership and freedom and independence to yourself, and don't let anyone interfere with that. You are here to learn. Learn about yourself first, and then learn about the world, learn about others, learn about everything. And you can only do it if you are going to protect your freedom and make choices through that freedom. Good, bad, doesn't matter. Like I mentioned in the other videos, it's all about learning. Learning lessons, growing, evolving. As long as you are doing that, you're good, you're good, you're good, because vast majority of people are not even doing that. Not even interested in it. So if you're doing it, it's already a good sign. So keep doing it, because you can only evolve, grow, all that if you cut off all sorts of interference and drama around you. Because it has to be you. You take your freedom, you take your free will, you take your independence and you own it. You make your own choices, you make your own decisions, you learn your own lessons. It has to be about you only. You have to evolve. If you want to stay and do good and be good and live in a good place in this planet and after your life, that's the only way. And to prevent that, these creatures will keep on come and interfere with this. That is why the interference, that is why the disregard and disrespect for everything and anything around them in the entire creation. It's not just human. They show the same level of disregard and disrespect to anything and everything. Because their goal is to prevent you from doing that. Learning, growing, evolving, freeing yourself. You make your choices, you learn your lessons, you do your thing, you take care of your life, your body, your appearance, your food, your likes, your dislikes, your choices, who you date, who you don't date, who you love, who you don't love, who you let go of, what you do with your life is your business. Every single second. It's your business only. If someone is trying to interfere with that, that is why it's a huge red flag. Cut them off right away, because they are coming in the way of you growing and evolving, because they want you as a food. They want to feed on you so that you can stay on lower level. Don't do that. You have gifts. God has given you gifts as well. They don't want you to use them for good. Use it. And you can only use it if you evolve a certain point of time. Because then you don't use these gifts for fuckery like they are using. So you can only do so after a certain point of time. Evolving, growing, clearing of certain karma, debts, freeing yourself, actually taking ownership, freedom and independence that you have on your own life, your own. If you prove enough that you are capable of doing all that, and you are capable of doing it for good, God will show you what is it that you have in you that you can use it for good. It's not a magic. And God is not in religion. God is not in idols and deities and gods and goddesses. These are all idols. These are all deities and demons, literally demons. God is in truth. Truth, authenticity in your heart, the morality that you show. Seek it, explore it, ask for it, find it. Keep living it, and then keep it. And cut off all interference. They are worthless. They will perish. They made their choice to perish. You made your choice to grow. They made their choice to perish at any cost. You make your choice to grow and evolve and go to God at any cost.